Hi guys, welcome back to the part 2 of the Weekend Dev Challenge 15 in the cat versus dog image classification. So let's see the problem statement in this part. So here basically we'll be pre-processing the data set and we'll be making it ready to be given as an input to the model in the next part. So let's see what all we'll be doing in this program. So first is basically loading images. We'll be again resizing them, flattening them, then we're assigning the correct label, that is 0 for cat and 1 for dog. And then we'll be preparing training and testing data. We'll combine them. Now one more thing which we'll be doing here is scaling features, that is basically standardizing them. So in standardizing we'll be bringing the mean to 0 and variance to 1. So that is what we'll be doing here. That is because all the features, each image will be having different features. So we'll be making the mean to 0 and variance to be 1. So everything is covered properly. And then whatever we'll be doing for the training data set, we'll be learning from training. We'll be applying the same for testing data set as well. Now let us go through the program. So first it says again import OpenCV2, that is basically for image loading, pre-processing, resizing, etc. manipulating. Okay, so one more is pickle. So this is basically used to save all the files. So no need to run that again. It is already saved in the pickle. Now one more is standard scaler, that is for standardizing. Now we have the same function, load images from folders. Here the image size is 16 by 16. So basically we have two lists, images and labels, and we'll be iterating through each and every image. And if the image is present, and it is valid, then what we do is resize the image based on the given image size. From this size to image this size, that is 16, 16. Now after this, we have to flatten the image and append it to the images. Now flattening is basically converting it into 1D array, and then we'll be appending that. So then we'll be appending the labels as well for that particular image. Now, after that, we have one more function called load dataset. In the load dataset, again, we have two information, train directory and test directory. So first we'll be loading the dataset, that is for cat train and cat train labels. We'll be taking the train directory, and cats is whatever label is 0, that is cat. Label 0 is cat, and the image with the label 0 is also cats. So this is what we've done, and the same thing for dog as well. Now after this, we'll be doing the same thing for testing, the same thing, but we'll be using testing dataset here. Now after this, we take an array and we combine both cat train and dog train. And now one more dataset, one more array, again cat train label and dog train label. So now this is done. And now the same thing for testing again. So we've done what we've done is test for training. Now the same thing for testing, because we have split the dataset into two types. Now after that, we have a function called scale features. So in this scale feature, we'll be using standard scaler, and we'll be training the X-train model. So basically, how do we standardize is basically x minus mean by standard deviation. So we'll have to calculate the mean and standard deviation individually. That is basically done for train. Then it is transformed, that is scaled, and then we use the same mean and variance or the standard deviation on the test data set as well. We don't again fit into the test data set. So you can see here we are using fit transform, but here only transform. Whatever is extracted here, we'll be applying the same thing for test as well. Now, after this, we have the main function. So in the main function, basically we have the load data set and then the scale data set. Whatever after loaded, it is scaled. Now, after this, basically, we show the first three features before scaling and after scaling. So I'll show the output here. See, basically, before scaling, it would be 107, 102, and 98. Let's say RGB. Now it is 0.02 minus 0.16. Basically, it is less than 1 now. All right. So now, in the last thing, basically, we open the scale data.pkl in the right binary mode, and then we dump all the model, whatever is built here, using pickle.dm dump. All right. Now let me run the program. So you have to install the OpenCV library first. All right. Now it is installed, so I can run the program. Alright, so you can see the output. The original test shape and train shape are mentioned. With the scale test shape and train shape, both are same. But let's see what is the difference between the scaling before and after. Before it was 99, 126, 215. Now it is minus 0.08, 0.89, 1.37. So let me submit the program. You can see the difference between the standardizing, that is scaling. Okay, so all the test cases have passed. So that's it for this video. If you have any doubts, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.